Okay, let's do this. So I was working on DOSBox X last night to get WoW up, and I did, but so I didn't have a whole lot of time to spend on making artwork for our game, but I did make a couple pieces. Let me restart the game maker because it when I restarted when we crashed and I had to restart everything. I didn't restart it, so give me just a second to get that up and running. We'll just take a moment and then we'll discuss where we're at. So I didn't do anything on it pretty much last night, but we will. What year Cobra? 1966 AC Cobra. It was a fun, very fun thing. I bought it when StarCraft came out, and I sold it in. So I bought it in '98, and I sold it in 2019, just before I went to the UK. So because it's a car that needs to be driven. I didn't want to just put it in storage, so it was better to sell it. And I'd had it over 20 years, so I'm like, okay, I got my fun out of it. Someone else can get their fun out of it now. And they did. I don't know where it is now, but it is out there. So one of the things I did get a chance to do was make one piece of art. Do you miss it every day? Yes, I would. I would love to be able to. There's nothing more fun than to get in that car. And yes, it was a real car. There was no computers in it, nothing. And it's just get in it and then go out on the California coast and drive up and down the coast just to go and drive in the sunshine and all that stuff. I really, really love that car. I really love doing it, and really love driving it, and hunting vipers in it was a lot of fun too. So, because in California, the GQ crowd drive vipers and it's funny. Okay, let me get this game maker up on the screen. You take the logo down. Okay, so like I said, I didn't get a chance to work on all the things, but one thing I did add, and I haven't added it to, sorry, this thing is not zooming in right. I haven't added to, but I've made this little thing here for around our statues of our ancestors. Make sure I have the right one loaded here. Yeah, it should be good. All right, let's go to ancestors because I was looking at this and I really didn't like it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all the grass back for now. Let's go to this. Because I just didn't like that the way that turned out. Now, maybe a fence will be good, but and I haven't had a chance to make the oh jeez. Okay, let's try that again without messing up the middle. Okay. I wanted something that looked a little bit better than that. Um, so I took and made rocks and grass type thing, and I need to make the edges for it. In fact, we'll take all that out. We won't need the gate. I don't. Well, maybe I'll use the fence around it, but I still haven't made side fences. So my thought was this. Let me just turn this to 0 for a second. Okay. I just didn't like it. So let's do this. So I was thinking about something more like this around them. So each one of them had, and I will do something like that to where around them there's a box. And then I'll make some transition pieces to go beside them and stuff to separate them out a little bit. But I thought something like that because that's not fine. It's obviously none of it's final art, but you get the basic idea of where I was kind of going with it. Something a little bit cleaner like that would what I just thought would be better. But obviously, our ancestors don't cast shadows yet, but they're not because they're not made for it. What happened? Oh, don't tell me I crashed again. Did it? No, we're there. Okay. Hmm. So something like that. But then if I make transitions here, it could. I think it can work. Oh, maybe something like that. Oh, they're in a little bit closer. Yeah. So something like that, maybe. And boom. And then I'll make some corner pieces for it. But that another thing I did was I fixed the water so it looks like water again. So it looks like it's all. Do a stream maybe. Yeah. Okay. Oh, you said stream is good. Thank you. So we go back to the town. You can see the water looks a little bit better, but it still looks like there's a cannoli in it or something. But we'll fix that as far as that. And then all of our people are all still there. So yeah, we're all good. Doing good. So now we need to talk about what we're going to do next. Because now, yes, I still need to get a main character artwork and stuff like that. And I need to still find the bug in this map that causes them to teleport to the wrong place. In fact, let's see if we can find that now. So let's look at this map as far as its code. We'll go back to town. We'll go back here. We'll go to the town. Let's see what we got over here. Clear display buffer. Persistent. Is that supposed to be that setting? Let me see something here. Okay, maybe that's what the problem is. It's set to persistent, and I don't think it needs to be. I wonder what happened. Let's find out. Because if it's persistent, maybe it's not calculating something correctly. So let's do a save and then a build and see if that fixes that. It'd be cool if it does, because I think that's the only one that says it was set to persistent. I don't remember why I set it to persistent because I don't think it needs to be. Worst comes to worst, it'll screw it up, right? Let's get the gameplay up here. Game maker, game capture. Let's see. Okay, so here is our town. I'm pressing the wrong buttons for the wrong thing, and I ended up turning the game capture off. Okay. So now when we go into these, hopefully it'll fix the coming back part. It did. Okay, that's what the problem was. Because it said persistent, and don't worry, I know we still have that problem there, but because it was persistent, it was screwing up where he teleports back. That makes sense. All right, so that bug's fixed. We have many, many more. Don't worry. We have lots of things to do. I caught hair. Mm-hmm. Okay, so that is fixed, which is awesome. Ah, I think did I put something out here? Yeah, we put the forest out there. Right, so we got that. This looks stupid. We need to fix this artwork. All right. It's weird when you see the other thing behind it. So let me turn that off because that's very distracting. I think I fixed this too. Yeah. And we talked about fonts and how to add specific characters to fonts yesterday. Stream is good. That's a really cool name for a game. Hunting Cobras. Cute. What was persistent? I missed that one. The here, let's go back to Game Maker. Let me close that. Go back to Game Maker itself. It appears that because this map, let me move this over here. Because I had the room setting set to persistent here. Let me move this a little bit because I don't know if you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I can see you. This was set to persistent here. And what it seemed to be doing is because of that, I think it messed with the coordinate system of the map itself. So that when we went in here, let me make sure that we're still, another thing we had to check to make sure that we're still following the player. Because there's a couple maps where it looks like he's not really following the player, so I need to check that. Yeah, this one isn't, viewport 1 isn't even being used, only viewport 0 is being used. But yeah, this button up here for persistent in the map itself seemed to be causing an issue. Now, I don't think it's set anywhere else. No, no. And that was the only map that we were having problems in, or this problem in. So yeah, none of the others were set to persistent, so that's probably what was going on. You know, but now we are doing good. We got it good. Also, let's take a look at our statues because they're not giving any shadow at all, and they actually should be. No, it says shadows on. Let's look at where the usually if you don't see the shadow, then it means that you're in the wrong place. There's one of the statues. Where's the other one? Ah, there he is. Okay. No, it's down there. Let's put it lower though. Usually means that your center point or your spawn point is wrong. That's always on the sprite itself. Let's see. Grab grandma here. Yeah, hers a little high too, but we'll put it all the way at the bottom. Hopefully that'll fix her shadow. I don't think we have any other statues in here. No, that's all player stuff. So those are the animations we have to redo. They're news. Yep. Okay. So now when we do a build, they should have shadows now. So yeah, now we need to, but for the most part, where we can start, oh, we'll have to replace these plants, but we can start doing different things. Yeah, so we have to build Grandpa's house again so that we have it. We have to build the clinic out. I think I'll make this a double wide here just so we'll make this map just a little bit bigger. Oh, I forgot to check. Yeah, let's make sure everybody's following the player here. That should be the same in all of them. Yep. So that's our camera, and it is following the player. Temple, camera following the player. Yep. Title. Yeah, all of them seem to be set the same, so. Okay, we're all good. Yeah. No, you're very welcome. Yeah. And that's just me basically guessing of what the problem was. So we will come up with something.
Brains.
Okay. But that seems to have fixed it, which is good. I do have to go in and delete the saves. And we'll replace all these plants too, and so I have to draw new plants for the thing. Let's go into town here a second. It looks like there's little cannolis in the water. We'll have to fix that. Or penne pasta. He makes candles, but he's got no candles. Yeah, that's working perfect now. Yeah, so it was the persistence. Because that's the only thing we've changed, and it seems to be working now. I do have to figure out how to cover him when he walks into a doorway, but yeah, that seems to have fixed the problem with what was going on there. Don't have anything going out that way yet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so for the most part, that's correct. I mean, we'll have to fix this. Which now that I have the way I have it set up now will actually be fine. It's just funny. Let's look at the artwork and see if that stands out in the final pieces. What we want is this one, I believe. We put this the one. As a matter of fact, it is. So let's turn that one on. Zoom in on our. So yeah, so you can, let me turn the grids off. So yeah, so you can see the circle here and then the shape of the cannoli right there. I'll bring this down. So if we can do something like, let's see, it's in the original. So let's go up here to this artwork here. This guy right here. And we'll play with it a little bit. Well, yeah, actually, we could probably just use the smudge tool and fix it. Sponge tool, maybe? No, that's way too big. See what we can do just to get that shape out of the middle of it. It's all we're really trying to do. So Blip. That did nothing. Okay, we're smudging it. Not with that big a tool, but we're gonna smudge it. Gotta be careful sometimes because the smudge can really screw things up, and we have to be on the right layer. That is not the right layer. Okay. I'm basically searching the layers over here on the right because I know it's in there somewhere. I think it's on the main piece, which is this one. Nope. Not in that one. Interesting. Oh, that one could be on top. Okay, there it is. All right. Let's. We don't want to lighten it. That would look weird. We want to smooth it. Oh, that's the dodge tool. We're in the wrong place. I could have swear smudge tool right there. Burn. Sponge. Oh no, it's over here. Okay, here it is. Blur is probably going to work pretty good to get that out of there. Yeah. Oh, that did a good job. And we'll take the smudge tool, make it smaller. Oh, that made another shape. Let's back off a little bit and take a look. That might be okay. Although I didn't mean to make it clear. Let's do this. We're going to put underneath it here. Let me try this. This is what I'm going to do. I'm actually go and do it a different way. Turn our grid on. I'm in the wrong window. I want view extras. Okay. Sorry, I'm playing with the menu here in the background. No, that's not what I wanted to turn off. Okay, put the grid back on. Okay, we'll just grab it. It's no big deal. Okay, put it on that. Grab that. Do a new. So here's our circle again. What I'll do is the transparency I don't think is actually in this one. So, but it is the same piece of art as the other. So that's what it gets it from. So if I fix this, I can fix the others after. Because what we'll do is, okay, I want to make a new layer. Put it underneath. We'll make it black just so that, oh, green's fine. Make it what it is. Yeah, so no green's coming through on this one. That's good. All right, so now if we go to our smudge tool, make it a little bit smaller. We can smudge the green. No, we can smudge that out of it and get some nice little ripples in there. We also have a pretty stark line over here, so we want to bring some of the lighter colors into these lines to get rid of them. And that looks more, yeah, I just don't like these lines. We still have a little bit of okay, let's try that. Oh, we got this thing here. Pull back and take a look. A little bit of darkness here. These guys up here need to be touched a little bit. Okay, we'll try that. How's your day going? It's going very well. Thank you very much, Sim. All right, so we take that now. I'll copy. Go back here. Drop that in the middle there. Well, it looks like it's going to work. We're on the wrong. Yeah, it takes that out of it. It's just a little touchy. So let's take that and go. I have to drop a couple more in. Let's go ahead and fill this in up and see what happens. We'll see if we see any patterns, any terrible patterns in it. I don't think it's going to be too bad. I think there's a couple already starting to form there from those lines, but yeah, because it's supposed to be water, it might be okay. Mm-hmm. It's never going to be so perfect that it's scary, but there's obviously a couple issues here. So we basically changed the cannoli one for these dark lines here. A little too dark on this side. Yeah. So yeah. And that's why you save the original, because you never know when you're going to just mess the whole thing up. But even if you eat your best. Okay, so that's the old one with the lines in it and the cannoli in the middle. Turn this off. Let's make this into a group. Now we can turn them on and off together. New group from layers, yep. I turn them all on again. No, it's not too bad. We might want to take this light here and put a couple over offset up here. That might help. So if we make it across the two, that'll break that line up there. But, I think we're a little too open in the middle. Let's try that. Go back to here. Grab those two guys. Copy and paste. And move them up here. So one is on this side. And the other is over on this side. And then use that for the rippling effect across. And we can put another one here. And then one, oops, sorry. Another one up here. That way it can be look kind of like rippling water. We'll see how it turns off, but we want them to be offset. Pull back a little bit. Yeah, what we can do now is just let's merge those and then do some highlight fixing. We take this and grab some of these. Oops, not what I meant to do. Grab that one, that's what I want to do. Grab that. And then our pencil tool. And then we can take a couple of the nope, that makes too big. We need a highlight up here. Yeah, let's try that. I think that'll work and look a little bit more like it's still gonna look you get rid of that. That'll help. Okay. Let's smash all these together. Go back to this. Turn all those off. Add that one. It does take the line away. My grid back on. Notice if I can actually draw a line though. Yeah, I think that's better. There's still a little bit of a line, but not too bad. Should probably get some of the darkness off that right side, but based on where the left side's not bad. Right side's still a little bit dark, but yeah. It's not what I want to do. I want to move all three of you together. Stop being that way. Fine. Now you have to do it. Oh, yeah, screwed that all up. See. Basically, I'm going to fix the water and it's going to kill me to do it. I'll turn the background ones off. Okay. Now I can see what I'm doing. That's why we're getting lines because they're all out of sync here. Okay. This is what happens when you mess it up. You just gotta wipe them out. Bring the new one in. Alrighty. Look at this. Fun with tile sets. Yay. Needs to be in front of that one. We'll get that one last. Okay. A little bit of a dark corner, but I think that we can leave it for now. Turn everything else back on. Okay, that should, we're still missing some water over here that I have to put in because we turned it off over there. So let's do that. So all of our edges are nice and clean. I do think we have a little bit of problem in the bottom left corner, but we'll see. Okay. Turn these off. No, it's not too bad. It's actually all right. Okay. We move these up. We need to find that one over there. Actually, we can just make a new layer up here. New layer. Boom. Done. Put it over there. Oh, okay. So that hopefully will fix all of our water. Where it actually looks more like water than a cannoli. Wasn't a save as. That should have just been a save. Okay, thank you. And export. Okay, overwrite that. All right, close this. Go back to here, close this. And then go back to Game Maker. Oops. Prepare, change this out. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not too bad. Yeah, we still have a little bit of a darkness on the one side, but we can deal with it for now. I dropped a link in the video in the share to link channel to Discord that kind of showcases that preview tool. Oh, okay, cool. You mean for the character stuff? I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. Oh, wow, I didn't even know about that tool. I'll take a look at it and then fix it. I didn't know there was a tool for it. Okay, well, I'll fix that later. I'll play with that. I've always just done them by hand, and then, but yeah, if there's a tool that does them automatic, yeah, I'll take it. Nice. Thanks for putting that up. Okay. Alrighty then. So that takes care of, so we were able to fix the bug with the teleportation into this map. We did a little bit of work on the water. There's still a little bit of a line, dark line, but fix that another time. Okay. I guess we can start looking at what we want our character to actually be doing. So if we're going to do a thing from the game, we go to the village. We need to make some adjustments in this map. Because this was the test map, it has pretty much everything thrown on top of it. So we can remove a bunch of this stuff and clean it up. So let's go to here and we'll pull all the plants out for right now. Say goodbye, plants. Goodbye, plants. We need to get rid of the tree trunks. Yep. And all the pots. We do need to drop some pots in front of the pottery shop and stuff like that. We'll get to that. Because these were just here for testing purposes, so we can drop them out. And we can move this over a little bit so that oops, I made it way too small. Okay, so what I did is I pulled the pots out. Now we'll go to the second layer here and we'll pull these trees out, or the tree stumps out. So start to clean this up a little bit. And then right now, this one's a room, which is good because then we can take this room, which was the room for for the shop and move the shop to, in fact, all the settings for this one will be probably moved to the blacksmith shop. Yeah, I think that's right. So if we go to the room for, I think we called it the shop. I don't think we have that room open. We'll open that room real quick. Yeah. So this is where we set it up for all that. So what we might just do is just rename this for the blacksmith, or copy it into the blacksmith, duplicate it to the blacksmith. Because the blacksmith will be one that we have to walk into. And it's also a bigger one because I think we made it a much different shape on the original map. So if we go to town real quick. So remember the blacksmith is back over here. So it's just a lot taller, which actually works out because we can take that table and move it to the left, and then we can have multiple tables for different things that you can buy in there. So we'll just make it double high, and then a door on the far end. So buy plants. It kind of takes a single tile and replicates it around the boat itself multiple times, so you can see how it. Yeah, because you have to do that. That's what I was talking about yesterday. You have to flip them and top and bottom and stuff like that, and then fill the internal. Eventually, yes, you will buy plants. Yeah. So I'll look at that tool and then see if we can uh, run our water and our grass through it, just for the sake of doing it. But if we take this shop and we duplicate it and then rename it, we can rename it blacksmith. I'm pretty sure, did we make we didn't make a blacksmith, so that actually works out. We haven't made the blacksmith shop yet. So now we can take the walk into this one, which we wanted up here at the top. We can take him and put him in the blacksmith shop. He says, I'm the blacksmith now. You don't count. Turn this damn grid off. We're going to have some code that goes with this guy that'll have to be transferred to the blacksmith. Oh, he's on a different level. I put the blacksmith on the wrong level. This is what happened. Yep. I put him on which level? I put him on the tile level, didn't I? Nope. Put him on the text level? I put him on the text level. No wonder he's mad. Okay, now let's go back to the text level, take that one off. Back to the instance level, that's where he goes. That's why he was a mess. of the blacksmith. Okay. I don't think he had anything else. We can put him, we can use him somewhere else, but I think we got all the variables we need. Oh, thank you, our Arondi, for the follow. I appreciate it. Appreciate the follow. Yeah, buy something or leave. Yeah, we can leave them both in there for now, just to do that, and then we'll have to make the room a tad bit bigger, as far as taller, because that's the size of the room in the black for the blacksmith. So let's where we want to make it. Oh, height. Right now that doesn't look right. No, it is right. So why does it look square? Doesn't look right. Well, let's change it, see what happens. Probably helps if we're actually in the blacksmith, doesn't it? Oh, it did make it taller, but we were wider anyway, so that's what the problem was. Okay. We will already do that, so we'll make that 180. Okay. Need to move everything over. I really don't like the navigation for this particular thingies. So let's grab our tile set, grab everything. Oh, really? You're not going to let me have it all? Nope, you're not. Okay. Go back to the wider. Now we have to grab it all, move it over to one side. Basically moving everything over. I still have not got full working navigation of this stuff. It still does weird stuff. We will get there, but and then characters, instance stuff. Yeah, those need to be moved separately. Okay. Back in there. Door back. Our character in there. Bombs. Okay, so that should bring everything down. Hopefully it'll still work. That's why we made a copy, because I don't always know if everything I'm going to do is going to work. Now we need our eraser. We need to go back to text. No, that's all good. That we've already moved all those. This, we need to erase all of this up here. Make that a little bit bigger. For upper tile set and delete that. So that off. Lower tile set. Eraser a little bit bigger. I don't know why I made it smaller again, but okay. All right. So now we have to move the bottom of this up. So we'll make it long. Boop, 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 boop. And do that on the lower tile set. That's where we're at. And copy and move that up to there. Oh, that should be fine. Nice long building now. Good. Fix the collision. Move the table. Put several tables out so it looks like he's got mini goods. I'd say like something like bombs and stuff are on this side, arrows on this side, do that kind of thing. But he has different webs on different things. And then this will be artwork later for all the blacksmith stuff, just for the things that he does and all that. Should be able to move him now. Now he's just a cat. And this, even though they're pots, it won't be, oh, you can buy pots. It will later on. It'll be more of a, you can buy the stuff in the pots. Is what you're looking for, not the actual pots. Okay. So that doesn't match, but we'll fix that later too. A lot of art. Well, that didn't work. Oh, you raid time? It's not raid time. Was I raided? Did I miss it? No, I don't see one. Daddy, we did some of your jokes today, just so you know. Thank you for sending those over. Okay, now let's see how badly we broke it. Okay, so we need to go back to town. Let's open this up some. We'll go ahead and for right now, we'll put a teleporter here on this side, just so we have one. Assets, room exit. Turn our grid back on first. And you're going to go to blacksmith. Oh, helps if I actually click on the box before typing. Go to O blacksmith. And for right now, since we're in the bottom door, let me get my we're going to put you at 7320. $320. And on the way back, for this one, we're going to put you on this rock. No. 727, 604. Instead of village, this will be town. And hopefully, a teleport will work. And it will actually tell us where we will take us where we want to go. We'll fix this, make this smaller in a little bit. I just want to do a test here, see how badly I may have messed it up. Find out. Okay, it built. That's a good sign. Okay, so game capture should pop up on the screen in a second here. Yep, okay. So, let's see where we're at. Ooh, we crashed. What did it do? See town room. Okay, blacksmith. Error. Not set before reading. Okay, where are we? The variable. Yep. Yeah, I broke it. Broke it. Good thing I didn't save. What did we break? We broke something in town. But all we did was add this. So this should not have broken it unless... Did I spell this wrong? Back to rooms. Oh, yeah, that's exactly what I did. Okay. I put O blacksmith instead of R blacksmith, and you can't go to an object. So that was me doing a typo. Do a build before we save. Hopefully that'll fix the problem. What's funny is in the back of my head, I did hear the zombie come up, but I still kept working because I'm stupid. But I had to fix that bug real quick. Hopefully that did that, and we will see. Wait for it to pop up on your screen. And then we'll wait for after the zombie. We will wait till after the zombie apocalypse. Okay, let's see. Let us see if I fixed it or if if it, please work. Ah, our game is working again. Let's go down here. Okay, so that's a good sign. Now you're looking and you're probably going, well, why aren't the tools on there? It's because we've already bought them with this character. So I will have to later today remove all the saves so that we have a new fresh start. Pop the bar. Yep, up, up, up. This guy still says go away. What we can do is we make him the security guard. No, do we need a security guard? No, honestly, I don't think we need a security guard. Let's see where this puts us. Bam, right where we should be. Awesome. So now we have the blacksmith, which is good. I gotta remember where this thing saves at. And we can delete the save and come in here fresh, and I'll show you what I meant by it saves them not where you would think them to. Let's see if we can find them. Come on. But cool, yeah. So I'm glad that works. So now our blacksmith has his stuff that we can buy from him. We'll have to see. I'm gonna have to go back and look at the code to see where the save goes. Let's go back out of here for a minute and then go back to the code. I believe it's in scripts is where the code for this is. Let me make this. Can I make that smaller too? Why aren't you getting smaller? Let's at least move it over to where you guys can see it. Nope, not gonna do it that way, is it? Okay. So if we go down here to the scripts, these are entity scripts. There's one for save here somewhere. Attack slash. I do need to go in and clean these up. Well, it would be on our title screen. So I'm not seeing it here. Statue slime. Did I forget to name it? Probably possible. No, that one's empty. UI. It wouldn't be in here. These are just, oh, because I'm an idiot. I'm not looking at scripts. I'm looking at sprites, aren't I? Mode save. Let me take a look at this real quick. Yeah, so it is a dot save. I'm looking for the right thing. See if I have it. Bump, 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 bump. I think it is this one. Go to this location. Open file location. Save. Local. Game dev 1. Save. That looks like it's an old one. Game Makers 2 Studio temp. These are for the 11th, so this is just, oh, this is because it's actually running. It's not a save. Not that one. Because we should only have 3 save files, and that's what we're looking for. And the one that we're looking for should be I think it's this one here. So maybe it is still putting them up there. Oh, well, let the build save. Okay. So, while that does its thing, go back here and close some of this stuff up. Yes, today is having technical difficulties. There's just no way around that. So C user me's and apps. App local. Our game. And here's our 3 saves. So let's get rid of those. Okay, so that means that our game's going to come in without anything as far as our saves. So these should now be blank. Yeah, see, so all the saves are back out, and we will just be a new game. So it'll start us on the, it should start us here. We got nothing. If we go in here, I think this is still here, but yeah, you can buy those here, but you won't be because we'll turn this into, this one will be turned into Grandpa's Hut. But if we go into town, let's run into town if we can. Hopefully we can. I don't think there was anything blocking us from going into town because of the save. We are broke though, so we won't be able to buy them. So he will tell us we're broke and that we can't have any. Or he should. We'll see what happens. See, so now those items are on the shelf and we can buy them. If we say purchase, we'll say not enough money. We'll say again. We'll say no thanks. So good, that didn't break. That's a good thing. Bombs. It's got to tell us to go away. Cool. Yeah, so all we gotta do is get money and then we can come back and buy them. You know, so. Yep. Got caught in the building. That was funny. So if we go back out here and chop some trees down, get some money. But because we put trees don't drop that much money. We have to do plants. Now I think about it, trees don't drop money at all. We've gained 10 gold, 12. We need about 70. I forgot that we set trees to where they wouldn't drop gold. But we can go over here. Come on, recognize I'm here. Thank you. All that's still working. That's all good stuff. The reason I'm doing this is I want to make sure that I didn't break the buying part of the thing. So that should give us enough to buy everything. It's kind of cool. There is a lot of space now in the game, which I actually like. Meaning that it's starting to feel large enough. Maybe a little, still a little too small, but we'll see. So hopefully now we can we buy the hook? Let us buy the hook. Okay, we have the hook. Arrow, let's buy this guy. Oh, okay. I did not break the purchasing system. I did not put collision on these tables either, but we'll fix that. Okay, so yeah. Good. So you're Thor's dad. Yes, I am. How may I help you? Boss the level? I've been Thor's dad since before he was born. He mentioned that the South Park guy made the WoW episode inspired from you. Yes, that is true. How true is that? I can show you how true that is. Here, I will show you. Let me see if I can pull it up on the screen because I don't want to go away from the screen. So if we go to images, let me add an image and we're going to go to show photos. South Park. Okay. This is me and my team at South Park. I'm in the bottom right corner with one of the versions of me because there are several versions of me in South Park because I am a South Park resident. And I am in, last count, I think I'm in about 9 shows as the character that's there on the right next to me, because that is me flipping the bird there on the bottom right. Let's see what else we got. Here is me playing Kenny in the episode, and I look more like the character that they go than I did in the final week, because this was in the middle of the episode shooting. Let's see. How about this is me going on a, we had lunch on the way one day, and this was the picture that was taken. And you can see I had the gray shirt on. They just reversed the colors on it for the character, and there's my ponytail, and there's me. Let's see, and then there's pictures I took of the guys working. That's Trey, of course, and that's Tristan Pope. Then we got Taryn Gregory and Tristan Pope and Matt and Trey and Frank and you, God, I always pronounce his name wrong, but the guy on the in the left there is he's the lead animator. He's the one that probably drew all the pictures of me because he's also the one that gave them to me when I left. These are all the versions of me that are in the different episodes. This is me and the kids. And then in the back is my sword and shield from Blizzard in the top left corner, in the back right corner there, which are also behind me here. Let's see, what else can I show you? Yeah, I think that's proof enough. What do you think? Here's me taking a picture of all the guys working as we were there. Yeah, I think we got that covered. Yeah, it's amazing how much children learn from their parents. Yeah, as much as we'd like to just leave them in a corner and eat their own feces, we don't usually do that. We take them and we clean them and we teach them things, and then they learn how to eat food and how to use a fork and stuff. Yeah, parents teach their kids all kinds of things. Yeah, I am the well guy. Now, just because I love this human to death, let me show one more picture. Unfortunately, he has passed on, but this was a great honor to me. This was Jared doing the first cosplay of me ever, and that was Jared. And he did an excellent job. He was a really, really nice guy. Unfortunately, he died a few years back. So, but he was a good friend. I liked him. Yeah. Oh, and here's just for giggles. Let me get this a little bit smaller so you can actually see what it is. These are all of the different scripts for the South Park episode because Trey kept changing it, which is his prerogative to do. This is from my house in California. These were all the different scripts, all the color pages there in the box are different scripts, and then the pictures of me in the middle, and then the picture of all of us at the end there. So yeah, yes, God rest his soul. He was awesome. I like Jared a lot. He and I talked quite often. Yeah. And then the Emmy, which is also behind me here, which was represents the South Park Emmy that Matt and Trey won. So cool. Discard. Oops. Didn't go away. Why didn't you go away? Go away. So yeah. Well, of course I'm average at video games. I was too busy making them to play them. Yeah, my life has been awesome. It's been very good. Um, was there anything else, boss the level that I can dispel? I know that a lot of people think that Thor lies about everything. He does not. And so, anything I can help to dispel? I mean, did you see him look at pixel art and fix pixel by pixel? I've never seen him do it, but I know that he has. That's also, but on his games themselves, I think Shay does all the artwork for the games themselves. But I know that he's been taught how to do it because I taught him how to do it years ago when he was little. Cool. Yeah, Shay's actually an amazing artist, and I've been tempted to try to poach her a little bit to um, help with the artwork for this, but I haven't done that. Well, that's up to them. I'm not responsible for anything Thor does anymore. He's in his 30s. He's not my. I'm not his. He's not my. He's not my responsibility anymore. He will make the game when he's ready to make the game, and that's fine. So the last game of his that I had a part in was Champions of Breakfast, and it was more of a producer role in regards to helping him have funding to be able to make it and stuff like that. So, what's the next best? What's the next big thing coming out? I have no idea. I have not been looking at our market for a while. I've taken the last year off to just kind of be a bum. Okay, but Thor does new to prove to you. I'm assuming you say you meant need, but Thor does need to prove to you he can go to the Universal Studios. That is true. We had that discussion yesterday, and he hasn't reached out to me to see if he can go. That was funny though. That was very funny, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but years ago, Vivendi, the company that owned Blizzard, also owned Universal Studios, also owned Seagram's. So I remember they bought Universal Studios and Seagram's at the same time. And that Christmas party after they did that was a lot of fun because we actually had it at Universal Studios. Well, that's just it. Is the son's perspective, and he and I have talked about this, is the son's perspective is going to be a little bit off, and here's why. There were certain things when he was growing up that I could not tell him because of corporate NDAs and stuff like that. So, a perfect example was the thing about he thought Bob Fitch was the one that. Oh, sorry. I'll wait till this. Mhm. Yeah, I like the conversation with Jay the Bard. I'd like to be able to actually talk to him. So that would be kind of cool. Maybe he could get me and Sam and Mickey in the same stream, and that would be absolutely hilarious. It would be a mind blowing interview because all of us are very straightforward. Okay, boss level. I'm not sure you can hear me because of ads, so I'm waiting to answer your question. Yeah, he did say that when he does his podcast that he will reach out to me. And I thought that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, it did sound like he was all for it. Well, I'm for it. I'll do it. I'm all good. Okay, we have 43 seconds on ads, and then I will finish answering Boss Love. I'm sorry, we've kind of taken away from what we were doing, but I was trying to make sure that this wasn't a issue with the other things that have been going on lately. But that's one of the things that they have said is that he lied about the South Park stuff, and he didn't. Yeah. Myself and my team went up there, and we worked with them for 2 weeks to do that episode. It was a lot of fun. They were very nice people. Okay. Okay, what was the question again? Just to make sure I have it. Yes, the Jason was not given all the information on everything when I worked at Blizzard when he was in elementary school, junior high school, because of NDAs, stuff like that. There were certain things that I couldn't talk to him about. And Blizzard was such a popular company at that time that getting rumors leaked in high school wasn't in our best interest. So there were certain pieces of information that Jason just didn't have. I would say a perfect example was he thought that Bob Fitch was the one that did the Murloc sound, and he wasn't. It was Tracy Bush, but the reason why, and I've explained this on several times, is the reason why he thought it was Bob is because there was a point in time when if anything happened, I always just said it was Bob to the kids. Yeah, Bob did that. So he just got it stuck in his head, and that's fine. But we did go on his stream and corrected it, and Tracy Bush did talk to me about it, and I said, and I explained to him what happened. So it was always, everything was always Bob's fault whenever anything happened. So yeah, so there is a certain amount of sensitive information that the kids were never privy to because we didn't want it out in a lot of information out in the public. So at that time, I'm sure he tried to figure it out. He's a kid. I mean, all kids did. He is extremely curious, and he will always be curious. And that's I think that's an absolute plus. It's funny. I'm looking at a salesman standing at my front door because I'm pretty sure you probably heard the doorbell. He just shook his head and now he's walking away. Okay, cool. I'll pat you on the back. I bet you're patting yourself on the back at this point. No, I'm not. I don't pat myself on the back. If you listen to my stream, and most people here know that, I spend very little time patting myself on the back. So yes, I was his father. Still am his father. That doesn't go away. That's not true. I think there's a lot of good parents out there. I think that the biggest issue is we don't train people to be good parents. I was a decent parent. I can't say that I made every decision correctly. I can't say that I did every decision poorly. I can't say that I did everything right. I can't say I did everything wrong. I did the best I could with what I knew. So, and that's part of it. And he turned out pretty decent, and Loki turned out very decent. So I think that's a good job, Specifically, you bring up training your kids. I would like to bring up situation of your kid is annoying. Let them play games on your phone. Okay, I think you're missing words here. Specifically, you bring up training your kids. I would like to bring up a situation of your kid is annoying. Let them play games on your phone. Well, at the time my kids were growing up, I didn't have a phone. You gotta remember the time period. We didn't have cell phones back then, and there were no games on them. Like there's a little... Okay, like there's a little idiot that's yelling. I'm going to shut them up by giving them... Yeah, I never did that. I also was when it came to games, and Loki would verify this because he hated the fact that he was the younger brother and that older brother got to do things younger brother didn't. And there were certain games that I would not let either one of them play until they got older. I didn't think it was appropriate for Loki to play Diablo until he got over, I think it was either 12 or 14. I don't remember now because it was 20 something years ago. Same thing with Thor. Thor didn't get to play mature games until I said he could, and I kept complete control of that stuff because I didn't want them mixing that up. Sorry, I'm pulling the tile set up here. I just realized that I turned it back on without the wood for the stool on. So I don't see where I turned that off. So, it's down here. Yep. There it is. So, back in my time, we didn't have a radio. Yeah. Well, what I used to tell the kids, back when I was a kid, we didn't have toys. All we had was dirt. And on Christmas, Mama would pour water on the dirt, and then we played Mud Day. Mud Day was fun. Yeah, silly stuff. No, he was not the little brother. Loki was the little brother. But yeah, we have a responsibility as parents to decide what our kids are exposed to and what they're not. If we're going to go out and yell at society because certain things exist, then we're relinquishing the responsibility we have as parents to guide our children through those things. Removing them is never going to be a good thing. It's actually going to be a bad thing because you want your children to understand why something's good or why something's bad, not just tell them it's bad. They have to understand why, but you cannot sanitize the world and protect them against things that they're going to run into, because once they get out of your sphere and bubble, they're going to have a rude awakening and they're going to feel like you lied to them. I never lied to my children. If something was going on, I told them the truth, as far as the world and people and stuff like that. If you keep your children in a bubble, they're not going to be able to survive in the real world. Oh, thank you very much for the following. Sun Urali. So, yay, Vikings, go. You can't have a bubble boy. That's true. The only bubble boy that ever existed really was John Travolta, but that's a whole really bad after-school special movie from years ago. Expose them, but guide them. It's, if you treat them like idiots, they're going to grow up as idiots. My kids were never treated like idiots. Yes, controlled exposure, but with explanation. Without messing with your own stuff. True. I mean, because you still have to be you. If you're pretending to be something else in front of your children, you're doing a bad thing. Yeah, critical thinking. I wish that we were teaching that still. I know that it went out of our school systems long ago, and that's too bad, because I think critical thinking is something that we really need right now. If a kid is being annoying, you need to sit down and figure out the problem, rest of it, and not shove. Well, the thing is you're right about one thing. Usually kids are being annoying because they want your attention. It's not about it. It's 90% of the time, it's not about anything else. It's about, hey, pay attention to me. Let's do something together. So yeah, Steve Jobs was really on point with this. Well, Steve Jobs, I would not put up as an excellent parent. So yeah, keeping, I would say this: kids under 14 should not be allowed to run free on the internet. Even with my boys, we had a nanny system, really, really early version of a nanny program on their computers, to where I can turn on and off their computers at certain times of the day and stuff like that, and they weren't supposed to be using them. Now Loki, and this will show you how smart Loki is. I would set timers for that inside the computers, and he figured out that if you started the computer and went to the BIOS, you could change the time in the BIOS, and then you could use your computer because it thinks it's a proper time to use it. So yeah, so we had a lot of those kind of things where we they always found a way around, and I always found a way to stop them. So it was a fun thing. Both Loki and Thor are very clever boys. Yeah. Internet safety is a lot like gun safety. I would say you're probably right, but I'm not one for children having guns. So Thor has been mad about puzzles since day one. We used to do a lot of silly stuff. I'm sure you were thinking at that time he changed the BIOS. You little, yeah, oh, of course I did. But by the same token, the nerd in me went, oh, that was great thinking, dude. But there was a lot of those kind of times when, like, with Loki, I could always relate to a lot of things Loki went through because I was a younger brother and he was a younger brother, you know. Uh, but both the boys were smart as hell, And one of the things that I did was, and I've talked about this on the show before, is my main goal was to prepare them for high school because high school's rough. And I'm not talking about the education stuff that I never worried about the education with them because they're two smart kids. But the social interactions in high school can be quite brutal. No, it wasn't that big a thing because you can when what I'm saying about this, you say, oh yeah, the nerd in you versus being a parent. I bet that was a big thing. No, it wasn't. Because in all honesty, for with my boys, the nerd parts of the day just made it funner for us. Those were the times that we had the best times. Oh, I didn't realize that we were running this late. Uh, Kids can figure out anything, in all honesty. But back then, you could turn off the internet and they couldn't steal it from the neighbor. So, yeah, high school can be very, very tough. So I trained my kids for high school. I've had them, and this is one of the reasons why we have like a movie of the day and stuff like that. Is because I used to put movies in front of them that they never heard of, and then they would go, "Why do we have to watch this?" And then they watch it and go, "Okay, that was cool." But when I remember one time Thor came home from high school, he goes, "Dad, I want to thank you for something." I go, "What?" He goes, "The movies you made me watch." I was in a discussion with a group of guys. They were talking about movies, and I knew every single movie they talked about because you made me watch them. And I'm like, that's cool. So, but my boys have black belts in sarcasm, obviously, because they got it from me. Because everything we could be sarcastic about anything. They have black belts in humor. There's a lot of those kind of things. But high school was a big one. I wanted to make sure that they could defend themselves verbally without having to get in fights all the time. And I wanted to make sure that they had the knowledge that they needed to survive high school in a social interaction way, not in the schooling way. Black belt and sarcasm. That's right. Yeah, we are really, really good at going, oh, you want some sarcasm? I have some sarcasm right here in this box for you. Here, crawl in right next to Gwyneth Paltrow's head. I remember Thor telling this story. He used to be called Frankenstein and was able to one hand the bat during gym and get home runs. I don't know about any of his sports stuff. So what happened at school, he didn't talk too much about what was going on at school other than a couple times when he came back and talked about some situations he got in was able to get out of because he had humor. But I did my best to make their high school okay. Like the first day for each of them for high school, I drove them to school in the Cobra because I thought that would be kind of a cool thing. And then, yeah, but there were problems later in regards to the fact that when people found out that his dad worked at Blizzard, that there were a few issues, but it's stuff that we work through. It happens. Yeah, Loki just is not in the public eye, so it's very. And in fact, I call him Loki. I've asked him if I can call him Loki on this show. So I don't want to just throw him into the public eye. I've been half in the public eye for the last 30 plus years because of my job. And now I'm very much in the public eye because of the show. But Loki isn't. Loki is a private citizen that is, he's very low key, very, very nice, savvy, very good. You know, the situation between them is a situation between them. I work. I like to bring them together and do stuff like that, but their relationship is what their relationship is. That's up to them to talk about, not me. I can talk about my relationship with them, with each of them, and stuff like that. But they're in their 30s now. It's not for me to say what their relationship is because I'm not involved in it every day anymore because they're adults. Understandable. Makes sense why he's hyping you up. I don't know what you mean by that. I know. Savvy's so funny. He's very low key. It does fit him because he is. I wouldn't have known you were streaming if Thor didn't mention you there. Oh, okay, cool. You were. No worries. Yeah, I don't. In fact, my friend was yelling at me the other day, saying that I don't do enough selling of myself, for lack of a better way of saying it. Um, but no, I think she used a different word. She said I don't market myself well on this, and I go, well, because we're just here. We're here. We're hanging out. We're doing cool things. You know, that's what I like to do. Yeah, I can be very vicious too. I don't know if you listened to the interview, but if I am humble until it's time not to be humble, then it's just like, okay, let's go. You know, because I don't play with fools well and won't. And anything that is. Oh, thank you. Yeah, that was an interview we did back in 2012 because we were doing this thing. Let me do something real quick. Let me close this up real quick. Let's so we're not going to be able to do anything more on this today because we're actually talking now. We might run a little bit over if we do. Sorry. Oh, do not turn that off. Do turn this off. Why is everything up when it shouldn't be? Take everything down. Okay. We're going to end this. I got kind of babbling, but I wanted to answer these questions. So, like I said, if you guys talk to me, I will talk back. I can take where sarcasm came from. Well, I had to. I grew up that way. Sarcasm and humor is what saved me from my childhood, and hopefully, it also saved the boys. Yeah, hopefully, the one thing that I'm hoping people are taking away from the interview is this: is I am who I am, and I'm not going to be someone else because you want me to be. I'm not going to do that. You know, I love what I do. I love the fact I love getting up in the morning, getting out here and making cool stuff. You know, and it's the cool stuff thing has been a theme throughout all of my work ethic from the very beginning till now. And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna defend that. I'm not going to apologize for it. This is what I do.